Hi everyone, I'm Keenan from Charged Up, and today we are here at Perennial Business City, which is where Charged Up 2026 will be held from 23rd to 26th July. And Perennial Business City is also where DHL's West Depot is located. And today I'm joined by Chitra, who is the Vice President of Operations at DHL Singapore.
So I'm Chitra Shinde. I'm the head of operations for DHL Express in Singapore. And I've been with the company 27 years and 2 years in Singapore. I'm very passionate about sustainability, so it's an honor and a privilege to talk to you this morning.
Thanks for the introduction, Chitra, and great to have you with us. So I think let's jump straight into it. To kick things off, now that DHL has made strong progress on fleet electrification and sustainability commitments, what are your top priorities this year in terms of EV expansion and innovation? And since the last conversation you had with Charged Up, what are the most significant milestones you have achieved in your EV rollout in Singapore and the wider region? And where have things moved essentially?
So DHL was the first logistics company that set out to be net zero by 2050. And we did this in 2017. More recently, we have added it to our fourth bottom line. So what that is we want to be a green logistics provider of choice to our customers. So we've got our employer of choice, provider of choice, and our investment of choice on par with our being green logistics provider of choice. Locally here in Singapore, we have a third of our fleet is electric, like these vans, and we have got 100 of them as a milestone number. Globally, we have about 10% of our flights are using sustainable aviation fuel, and about 46% of our fleet is electric. And this was increased by 16% from last year. So we're making progress towards achieving our 2030 goal and then our 2050 goal.
Okay, that's good to hear. So moving on, building on that as EV adoption grows, how is DHL working with partners and providers to scale charging infrastructure more efficiently? And what gaps are still need to be resolved in the ecosystem today? And how has your day-to-day fleet and depot operations evolved with EV integration, particularly around route planning, energy management, and vehicle utilizations? And also what efficiencies are now becoming more visible?
So we have spoken to our partners and our providers that they have this goal and that they need to come with us on this journey towards being net zero. And we're making some progress in that direction as well. I think some of the things that are really important is for government subsidies to be available, charging infrastructure, which is really important, and access to both finance and the fleet in the market that we operate in are three things that will make it easier for everyone to transition towards more sustainable modes of transport.
Thank you for that. So now I think let's shift slightly to the customer and demand side of things. So you mentioned strong growth in Go Green Plus and carbon inset programs last year. So how has customer demand evolved in 2026? And are clients now expecting more transparency, real-time carbon tracking, or deeper scope 3 integration? And looking ahead at your 2030 targets, what do you see as the biggest enablers and also the biggest constraints for achieving higher SAF adoption across the region, especially beyond Singapore?
Yeah, so certainly our customers are increasingly becoming more conscious and wanting to have transparency in reporting with sustainability. So we in 2023 launched our Go Green Plus product, which is basically an inset product. So even if our customer shipments are not traveling on a flight that is using sustainable fuel, they can book it and claim.
And finally, just to wrap up, you were with us last year at our Charged Up EV conference and expo, and I'm sure you had some great conversations across the ecosystem. So what stuck with you the most from those conversations, and what are you most looking forward to this time around?
Yeah, I think I enjoy being here. I enjoy learning from other people's experience. I think it's about the shared ecosystem, and we can also share what we have experienced while introducing electric vehicles, and we can all learn from that. The recent war and the situation that has created from an energy security perspective, I think hones in all the more the importance for us to be moving towards sustainable fuel for environmental but also energy security reasons.
Thank you so much for your time and your insights today, Chitra. It was a pleasure having you with us here today. And for those, thank you to everyone who's watching. And we look forward to seeing you at Charged Up 2026 this July. Thank you.